Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the two frugal travellers along with my husband Lee, and we've been travelling the world on a budget for over 30 years. We've been to more than 118 countries. Now in this video, I'm going to be taking you to one of my favourite countries in the world, Thailand. It's going to be a video about the things that you do to prepare in advance. Now Lee's not actually with me at the moment though. Instead, I'm going to be joined on my 3-week holiday by my lovely sister Annie.
Hi everyone, I'm Annie.
Yay!
And I'm not really a frugal traveller.
No.
But I will be, I suspect.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I've been going to Thailand since 1993, and I'm just so excited to be sharing one of my favourite countries in the world with my sister. It's going to be so cool.
And I'm excited too because Mandy has raved about it for all of that time. And, I've been saying to her for a while, I really want to go to Vietnam. She's like, Annie, you'd love Thailand. And I said, let's do it. When she said, let's do it. And I said, yes.
It was perfect. So Lee's currently in India. He's going to be having a great time up in the mountains. Make sure you check out those videos. But in this video, we're going to be discussing pre-travel plans for one of the greatest countries in the world. Welcome to Thailand. So one of the first things you need to do when booking international travel is look at your flights. So Lee and I, we always use Skyscanner. Well, we always go on and we see the different price ranges, different flights. Certain days tend to be cheaper, certain times of the year, etc. We don't tend to book through agencies. We tend to always go to the airline direct. So we'll go onto Skyscanner. Maybe there's a special, like we're flying with Jetstar at the moment from Perth, Australia to Bangkok, Thailand. So we saw that the cheapest flights, we went to Jetstar website and we booked through there. I just find that the best thing to do. We've had friends in the past who've booked through agencies, and when things have gone wrong, when flights have been cancelled, etc., it's just been a major hassle trying to coordinate between the airline and the third party agency. We always book directly with the airline. Now when it comes to accommodation, there are a few different websites people use. There's Agoda, and I know there's a couple of others, but we tend to stick with booking.com. We've been using them for years, but often what we'll do is we'll go on to a place like Bangkok, for example, with a rough idea of where we want to be staying. We want to be staying in the Bang Lom Pu area near Khao San Road, not directly on Khao San Road because that'll be too noisy. I used to do that in the early 90s, not anymore. So we'll go on, we'll choose the map area for Bang Lom Pu, and we'll have a look around to see what sort of accommodation there is. Now with Bangkok, it's one of those places where there's a lot of hotels, etc., that advertise through booking.com, but there are a lot that don't. They're owned by older people, etc. They just haven't gone digital. So that's the sort of place that we're actually going to be aiming for when we land in Bangkok tomorrow morning. There's one place that Lee and I stayed last February. We absolutely loved it. I'll put the link in up above to one of the videos from that time in Thailand. Really old-fashioned kind of guest house in Bangkok. It was brilliant. Really good price, ensuite bathroom. So I'm hoping that he's still open, that he's still got rooms available, because he's not online, so I can't write to him or anything like that. That's where we're going to rock up tomorrow morning. So fingers crossed, that'll be there. So when it comes to finding your way around a new city, Google Maps is great, but you need to be online to use it. So you can download maps in advance if you know exactly where you're going. But what we tend to do is we use maps.me. So you go onto it when you've got Wi-Fi or data, you go to the country, you find the area that you want. Thailand, for example, has 3 different maps. I've downloaded all 3 just in case. And then you have that available so when you arrive in a city and you can find your way around. So some of the walking paths that it takes you on are a little bit weird. Just keep an eye out for that. It's done some strange things to us in the past, but we still swear by Maps.me. It's brilliant. As I said earlier, Lee and I have been traveling the world for over 30 years on a budget. Our current budget is $25 each per day. Now, a big part of managing to stick to that budget is doing research in advance. And one of the best ways we've found to get information, on the ground, so to speak, for a new country, is to join the various Facebook groups. So a couple of months ago, I actually joined a few Thailand expats Facebook groups, and I got excellent information about transport, SIM cards, and all that sort of stuff. Things that you need to know to hit the ground running. Because that takes me on to the next thing, transport. A lot of people, when they arrive at the airport, I can never remember the name of the new international airport in Bangkok. Sorry, Don Muang, I know, but the other one, apologies, I'll write it above. Now to get from there to the Khao San Road area or wherever you want to stay, a lot of people will jump in a taxi. And there are some great taxi apps for Thailand. Apparently they use Uber, Grab and Bolt. So make sure you've got those downloaded in advance and all set up so you'll be good to go. But Annie and I aren't going to do that. Instead, we're going to catch like one of the airport buses. It's not a private airport bus. I think I'm not too sure it's government controlled or anything like that, but it's the S1. And it costs 60 baht per person. It goes from the airport all the way to the Banglampu area, which is where Khao San Road is, and so near Pratit Road, which is where we'll be staying. And so we can get that. It's fully aircon, and there's a place to store your luggage. So even if it takes like an hour and a half in Bangkok traffic, it doesn't matter. We'll be nice and relaxed and be able to look out the window. It'll be absolutely brilliant. So when it comes to transport, like two of the major apps we do tend to use are like Google Maps for like directions, etc. You know, they'll give you like the latest buses in the area, but also Move It. Move It is a brilliant app we first started using in, I think it may have been Estonia, Lithuania, I can't remember. It's really cool. It's like if you've got data, you'll be able to see where you are like in real time, to see where the bus is and all that sort of stuff, buses and trains. So I've made sure I've got Move It downloaded as well. And so that'll be really cool, just to like get around the city easily. I have actually looked back on some of our old videos from last year. That's how I know like the S1 bus from the airport to near Khao San Road. And I'd completely forgotten how we get to the major train station. It used to be called Bang Su. It's now Krung Thep Apiwat Junction Station, I think. We get bus number 65, and that will also be from near our guest house. So it's a great place to be staying. Just realised I haven't even spoken about money yet. Now, certain countries in the world, it's free to use ATMs, and that's brilliant. Other countries, it does actually cost quite a lot. Yes, Pakistan, looking at you there, oh my word. But Thailand as well, apparently there are ATM fees. And also I've heard of a few people who've had their cards swallowed. I don't want to risk that. So Annie and I are both going to be taking cash, like Australian dollars cash, easy enough to change, all of the major currencies and, you know, some random ones as well. It's really cool. There are money exchanges at the airport. I've still got Thai baht left over from last year, so that's really cool. I've got enough to get the S1 bus to the Banglampu area. But once we're there are a couple of money exchanges as well. And then in Chiang Mai, we know like a brilliant money exchange, if it's still there, Mr. Pierre. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just a word to the wise, cash is king in Thailand. A lot of places won't actually accept like card payments. So if you're used to like paying with your card back home, make sure you bring cash to Thailand. So something that most people need nowadays in this new like online world of ours are like SIMs when you arrive in a country. I know loads of people use eSIMs. Please let me know if that's what you do and if you've got any preference, because we've heard about them, but we've never actually used an eSIM before. Now, I'd heard that Thailand has tourist SIM cards that you can buy at the airport, and of course they tend to be a lot more expensive than if you go and buy like a local SIM card. From the forums, the Facebook forums, I heard that you can buy like SIM cards from 7-Eleven for around 399 baht. I think it's about 30 gig of data for 30 days and fast upload and download speed. So that's what I'm going to look for, like once we actually arrive in the Banglampu area. Until then, I'll be relying on Wi-Fi at the airport, and then once we get to our guest house. But yeah, just keep an eye on that, because like tourist SIMs tend to be so expensive. The one that they had on offer, for example, in Manila in the Philippines, I think it was like 1,500, but the one that I bought from like the local 7-Eleven ended up costing like 200, you know, just, yeah, crazy the difference. Now, I forgot to mention with transport, another really handy app that I've downloaded is the State Railways of Thailand app. Annie and I want to catch a train from Bangkok up to Chiang Mai. Like Lee and I, when we were in Thailand last year, we went to the train station, like we caught a bus there and back just to like buy our tickets. Whereas now, if you've got the app, you can just do it yourself, you know, quick and easy. We haven't actually decided which day we're going to go yet, so I can't show you or talk you through the actual process. But once we do, I'll make sure I add that to a video. And before I forget, when it comes to currency, the app we always use is xe.com, because you go into a new country, new currency, you've got absolutely no idea of how much things are. Maybe there's loads of zeros, maybe there aren't many zeros, like in Bahrain or Kuwait, for example. So with xe.com, it's free to download, and you then add the currencies that you need. So Annie's just downloaded the app and she's added Thai baht. And so she can clearly see that the 60 baht for the S1 airport bus, for example, to near Khao San Road costs $2.47 Australian. Brilliant. I hope you found this video helpful for planning your trip to Thailand. If you've got any questions, please ask them in the comments below, and keep watching to see the adventures that my sister Annie and I have in beautiful Thailand, exploring one of my favourite countries in the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. How is it?
can't believe you can get that for $1. Like, I think that at Boost Juice that's like $7.